Hey gamers! If you're a fan of Metroidvania games, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm gonna show you the best Cyberpunk-themed Metroidvania games you absolutely have to play. Now, some of you might not agree with my ranking, and that's okay. But trust me, these games are all amazing and worth your time. Before we dive into the list, I want to give you some cool info that you should know. So here it is. If you often play games on PC, Steam, Epic, or consoles like PS5, Xbox or even Nintendo Switch, and then you feel that the price of games is now getting sadistic, well, chill out bro, I have a solution. It's called Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming, it's a legit website that sells original games but at a much cheaper price, like you can get up to 90% discount. Not only that, you can also win giveaway if you want. Isn't that crazy? I've bought from there many times myself. It's fast, safe, and most importantly, your wallet doesn't cry. So if you want to buy games like Elden Ring, GTA, Monster Hunter Wilds, or whatever you like but still save money, just click the link in the description, because by clicking my link, not only will you get a discount, but you will also support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Rusty Rabbit is a Metroidvania game where you play as Stamp, an old rabbit living in a post-apocalyptic world. With no humans left around, rabbits and other cute creatures make their living by digging through garbage. What's really fun about the game is that you get to pilot a mecha suit that can jump, drill, shoot, and collect screws and junk to upgrade your gear. Plus, the voice acting is top-notch in both English and Japanese versions. You can definitely feel Stamp's dark past mixed with his sarcastic but funny personality. Even though the game has its share of flaws, it's still a solid choice for anyone looking for a peaceful and straightforward adventure. Transiruby is a casual Metroidvania game that combines exploration, puzzle solving, and action elements. In this game, you play as Cyberpunk, an adventurous cyborg accompanied by an intelligent AI called Nikum. Together, they explore space in search of mysterious particles. However, their journey takes a turn when they are suddenly sucked into another dimension due to the phenomenon known as the dimensional fall. The game features bright pixel art visuals alongside solid gameplay mechanics. Moreover, it offers a beginner-friendly difficulty level that makes it accessible to new players. INAYAH Life After Gods is the first game from Exogenesis Studio, and it's a Metroidvania that really catches your eye with its beautiful hand-drawn graphics. The animations are super smooth as well. When everything runs well, the combat and platforming feel really responsive and fun. Those are definitely the game's biggest strengths. That said, there are a few things that hold it back. For example, the map is pretty huge but doesn't offer many cool rewards for exploring. On top of that, the skill upgrade system can get kind of confusing, boss fights don't always feel consistent, and some of the biome visuals start to look repetitive after a while. So while INAYAH might not be the go-to game for hardcore Metroidvania fans, especially since there are other games out there that polish this style even more, it's still totally worth checking out. Loopmancer is a Metroidvania game with roguelite element that blends fast-paced exploration and combat in a futuristic cyberpunk setting. The main character, Zishu, gets caught in a time loop where he dies and wakes up again, but keeps all the upgrades he's earned. The random weapon and skill system means every run feels different. Sometimes you'll get explosive skills that trigger nearby blasts, other times fire or electric powers, making fights exciting and fresh every time. What's really memorable is how your mission choices affect the story. You can focus on getting revenge or try to save your loved ones first. Even though the story presentation has some rough edges and there's some heavy swearing in the dialogue, the gameplay is so fun it more than makes up for those flaws. Narita Boy is a Metroidvania platformer game that confidently embraces an authentic 80s aesthetic, complete with a synthwave soundtrack that really brings the atmosphere to life. This game isn't just about visual and musical nostalgia, it also delivers exciting gameplay and an emotional story that keeps players hooked as they explore its digital world. You play as Narita Boy, a digital hero summoned to the digital kingdom to fight against an evil virus called him. This virus corrupts the memories of the creator, the person behind the creation of this game's world. Your main mission is to defeat enemies known as stallions and restore the creator's memories. In combat, you'll wield a techno sword which can be upgraded into something like a shotgun to take on crowds of enemies at once. Trinity Fusion may not be the most original game, but it has enough fresh ideas to stand out among a crowded field of similar games. While it features some Metroidvania elements, its gameplay is more like Dead Cells, fast-paced and action-packed. The story revolves around humanity creating its own multiverse with various specialized worlds, from a factory world to an underground realm that's actually filled with thriving nature. The narrative might seem a bit absurd if you think about it too seriously, but it serves as a good reason for the variety of biomes you explore. The biomes are visually diverse, enemies come in many different types, and the combat is fast and satisfying to play. Team Ladybug returns with a cool 2D Metroidvania game titled BLADECHIMERA. This solo developer game is their first original work in the Metroidvania genre. In this game, you play as Shin, a holy warrior from the Union tasked with cleansing Osaka from a demon and ghost invasion. Shin is equipped with his signature weapons, a plasma rifle and a demon sword that has a soul named Lux. The gameplay demands more strategic thinking compared to typical fast-paced action. Shin's character feels somewhat heavy, but his movements are expanded through Lux's abilities such as blocking, swinging, and temporarily restoring objects. The visuals of BLADECHIMERA are truly stunning with smooth animations, richly detailed parallax backgrounds, and dynamic lighting that brings its cyberpunk world to life. Cookie Cutter is a Metroidvania game packed with blood, violence, and quirky characters. You play as Cherry, an angry cyborg girl on a revenge mission exploring a dystopian world called the Megastructure. The combat feels smoother compared to the PC version. I found parrying easier now. It seems like the devs really polished the fighting system to make it more responsive. This is a unique Metroidvania with a distinctive visual style and fast-paced, brutal gameplay featuring Mortal Kombat-style finishing moves, which might be intense for some players, but that's exactly what I love about it. The Overkill Edition update seriously levels up this game with awesome voice acting, tons of extra content, and overall gameplay polish that makes it feel fresh even if you've played before. Convergence is an action platformer game set in the world of League of Legends, specifically in the underground city of Zon. The game lets players explore another side of the LOL universe through the eyes of Echo. The gameplay is similar to Metroid, where you have to jump across obstacles, use various gadgets to explore hidden areas, and fight against enemies and powerful bosses. Here, you have the ability to rewind time by a few seconds when hit by attacks or falling into fatal pits. Not only that, but you also have wall-running skills, platform freezing abilities, and an ultimate time jump attack that deals massive damage to nearby enemies. These gadgets make the gameplay dynamic and challenging, especially when facing tough obstacles or boss fights.
This is why I never go into the...
Darklight is an action platformer game with a post-apocalyptic and cyberpunk theme that combines elements from the Metroidvania genre but also draws inspiration from various other gameplay styles. The combat is intense hack-and-slash, mixing melee attacks and ranged shooting, complete with weapon upgrades and elemental effects. It features a variety of sci-fi fantasy enemies ranging from zombies to dragons, as well as big bosses, although the difficulty level tends to be on the easier side. GIGA WRECKER is an action puzzle platformer game with Metroidvania elements developed by Game Freak. In this game, you play as Reiki, who was saved and turned into a cyborg after being nearly killed. With his cyborg body, Reiki has a unique ability to pull debris from destroyed enemy robots and use it to fight, navigate obstacles, and solve various puzzles to overthrow the evil robots that imprisoned him. You can upgrade your health or unlock new abilities as well as blueprints for cybernetic arm weapons to access hidden areas and additional puzzles with cosmetic rewards or extra crystals as leveling bonuses. Gestalt, Steam and Cinder is an action platformer Metroidvania game that I find fun, even though its duration is quite short. However, there are exciting side missions for you to explore the lore of this world more deeply. You play as Alethea, who has a strong personality despite not having many long dialogues. Her iconic large hat serves as both a visual symbol and a representation of her character, a tough fighter in this harsh world. You can feel her character development through new abilities gained along the journey and brief but meaningful interactions in cutscenes. The leveling system allows you to gradually improve Alethea's attributes using upgrade points earned from combat experience and exploration in the game world. Although it would be nice to have exclusive build options like focusing purely on firearms or swords, a hybrid skill set remains effective for facing various enemy types and boss fights. Forged in Shadow Torch is a solid Metroidvania game with core gameplay focused on 3 weapons: fists, drill, and whip. You play as Rayton, a Rabbit War veteran who must face various enemies to free his friends and restore peace in this dark dieselpunk world. At first, you only have one weapon, but after acquiring all 3, the game becomes much more exciting. The combat system demands precise combo attack combinations, especially at normal difficulty, quite challenging. Each weapon's skill tree offers many strategic options in battle. In my opinion, this game deserves to be considered one of the best Metroidvania games of all time because of its fun gameplay, great visuals, and unique weapon combinations that provide an exploration and combat experience different from most similar games. ANNO Mutationem is a cyberpunk action-adventure game that mixes RPG vibes, 3D exploration, and fun 2D side-scrolling action. You play as Florus, a tough and smart heroine on a mission to find her brother in a gritty futuristic world. Anne's got skills; she can handle all kinds of melee weapons, pistols, and even grenades. Switching between weapons is super smooth because each one has its own button, so you never miss a beat. Plus, you can upgrade your gear with chips and powerful mods to make your weapons even stronger. And the best part? You've got special moves like dashing around or blocking attacks with your shield that keep fights exciting and full of variety. Nine Souls is a sci-fi Metroidvania game with a parry-based combat system that's kinda like Sekiro's, and honestly, it's super fun, even though it's a 2D side-scroller. You've gotta master the timing to counter enemy attacks to build up your chi energy, then use dangerous talismans to blow up your foes. Besides the intense fighting, Nine Souls also offers tight platforming with clever puzzles and tons of hidden secrets that make exploring even more exciting. It's hard to believe this is Red Candle Games' first Metroidvania because the level design feels really polished. The game world clearly has that Taopunk vibe, a mix of traditional Chinese aesthetics with futuristic tech, but honestly, I wouldn't mind calling it Cyberpunk too. What do you think? And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? If you like lists of Metroidvania games with themes like this, I have a Metroidvania game list with a dark fantasy theme that you can click on below. Don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel to get information about other great games. And as always, thank you for watching. And see you in the next video.